We'll do a little pull-ups. Yeah. Yeah, she likes to drift to the right when I take off. My settings are all calibrated, so from what I hear, this is the most spot on helicopter in the sim. Whoa, alright. As far as real life performance. So I'm going to try to learn this guy and hopefully virtually be able to handle a real MD500. But I've had a lot of practice on the other helicopters, so they call this one the sports car of helicopters. Super maneuverable, it's speedy. Wow, there's a lot of jets over here. So yeah, I mean, I got the basics of helicopter flying down. There are definitely some finer pro tips I could use, but we're just gonna try to find the air cushion here and see if we can get her in a nice hover. Yeah, she definitely wants to go to the right. She doesn't want to stabilize on she keeps wanting to ascend, but well, it's probably just me. Yeah, she keeps drifting to the right. I guess, do we have a wrong? No, I mean, I was faced east earlier and I was drifting to the south, and now I'm facing north and drifting east. So, yeah, she just wants to pull to the right a bit. Alright, now she's stabilizing. Got her in a decent hover. Even though I'm kind of crooked, but that's because I have to compensate for this right-hand drift. Alright, so we got her in a hover. Let's see if we can just sort of taxi. Alright. Whoa, going too fast, too fast. Where's my throttle percentage here? I guess that would be torque. Let's get her up to like 50. She definitely likes to wiggle a little bit. I want to try to get a trim. I'm gonna figure out where all the gauges are as well. I'm not. Alright, vertical speed's right there. There's my altitude. Okay. It would also be kind of nice to know the limits of this thing, but... Alright, so my vertical speed is going all over the place. I really need to get this trimmed out. Huh. Give her a little bit more power here. Whoa, too much power. I gotta say though, this has a more sort of organic feeling of flight. I feel like I'm actually flying this thing rather than, say, the 145, where I feel like sometimes it's just flying me. Yeah, I mean, I feel the wind more, I feel the air around me. It feels a lot more realistic flying this thing. I feel like if I do drastic motions, I will probably eat it. Well, like that, like what's going on there. Okay, let's try to gain some altitude here. Just in case I screw up, I might have some time to be able to recover. Yeah, visceral sense of flight right now. Oh, I hear a jet. Do I want to pull this maneuver? Can I? You think I'm precise enough in this thing? Oh God. Did not die. Again, they do call this the sports car of helicopters. I do like this helicopter though. I've only flown it once before. When I got it, I haven't really tested it, but now that I've sort of done some research on it, I kind of want to learn how to fly it well. And apparently there's two different developers that make a 500E, and this is the better one from what I've heard. Which is unfortunate for the other guys, but I'm sure they, they could update it or do whatever they need to do with it. We're gonna come in for a landing. I'm gonna try to come straight in on that runway. And not do a sort of sliding or drifting landing. Just want to come straight in. Whoa, whoa. Easy on the collective there, buddy. Could have probably swung out a little further up, but I'm in a helicopter. Screw that. I can do like crazy maneuvers like that. Alright. Let's try to just set it right down in the center there. We don't want to get into VRS here, so there we go. So the approach felt decent. The overcoming VRS and the vortex ring state, which will suck me down, and also just the air cushion, the ground air cushion. Just figure those out. Let's try it again. Yeah, so that, well, that's cool. The you can see the skids sort of animating when I hit the ground. So yeah, I think I'll be able to land this a little bit better now, and I feel like I have a understanding of this. Okay. Let's take it for another quick lap around these rock formations, and then we'll take her in for another landing. And I can maybe edit this video. Figure out what the warnings are all about as well. Yeah, basically learn how to turn this thing on and off, and what all the instruments do. And also, maybe learn how to freaking trim it. Is it just all manual? Am I just flying this thing from, I mean, probably. Yeah, so again, they say that this helicopter is from a couple of real helicopter pilots. He says fairly spot on as far as how it flies in the sim, outside of, you know, a couple of minor things with collective and hovering, but I said as far as the flight model is concerned, it's fairly spot on. There's, you know, a couple of things that are a little weird according to them. I wouldn't know. I'm not a actual pilot, clearly. But if they're saying that this is the most accurate, this is then the one I want to learn. Just in case of, zombie apocalypse or something, I'll know how to fly a helicopter. Sort of. Sort of. Yeah, I'm trying to think if how it would be if I only drove racing sims and I never knew how to drive a real car, and then jumping into a real car and what that would feel like. The G-forces will definitely be the thing that throws you off, right? Sitting here in front of my gaming PC, there's only G-forces are, one. You got one G sitting in a chair. Alright. We're on the far side, the not so pretty side of Sedona. So let's see if we can I'm having a hard time flying this thing straight now. It seems by default you would need a good amount of left rudder anyway, just for straight and regular flight. I don't know, because like on the 145, if you need that initial left rudder on takeoff and your climb, but after about 60 to 80 knots, it kind of you don't need it anymore. All right, so I'm releasing the rudder now. Okay, and so now I'm going speed, and I don't really need too much rudder to be straight. It's kind of difficult to. All right, so that's miles per hour, and then now this is knots. So I'm getting about 100 knots now. 110. I'm in a dive. About 120, and it looks to be about 130 is where it wants to, like, comfortable cruise speed. Let's see, how high am I? I'm about 6,000 feet up at 120 knots. I'm fairly trim. Helicopter looks good from the outside. Okay, we'll bring her in. And just the way the sort of cockpit is set up, I mean, with these bottom windows and these very large windows on the doors, you do get a really, really good sense of flight in VR. And I'm a pretty veteran, seasoned VR flyer and player. And, every now and again, my stomach drops a little bit, It's kind of cool that it still happens, occasionally, especially when I'm medicated. But, yeah, it does give you a really kind of fools you into thinking that you are in the virtual space. Alright, coming in for a landing. We're looking at about 80 knots right now, which is fine. Dropping to 60 and 50 knots right around now is when I can think about, like, really dropping some altitude. Yep. Okay. Don't want to get caught in that vortex. Oh. it's hard not to just drop this thing because it feels like the rotors are so powerful that you can easily, click it and do something like that. But then when you're trying to land, maybe I just have to. The collective is challenging with the landings, but that's a good thing. That's I'm feeling out the helicopter. Let's try to get even lower here. Sort of ride the air cushion. Slow down, buddy. Yeah, see, like it catches you and you don't think it's gonna, but it does. So you gotta, you're gonna let off the collective a little bit more than you think you would have to. And all the while, trimming it out with the cyclic. Man, if I had rudder pedals, this would be easier. See, that's the thing. Well, I guess I'll save up for some rudder pedals. And maybe a new throttle too, because my throttle is not working for me in Squadrons anymore. I'm down to one button, and I'm pretty sure that button's gonna fucking crap out sooner or later too. It's an old second-hand throttle. I got it cheap. Came with the joystick I don't use because I have the Gladiator. I mean, I like the feel of the throttle. It's just it's a little cheaply made. It's a Logitech X52 throttle. All right, so I feel like I've gotten a decent hang of this helicopter. It is honestly easier to fly than that Bell 47, the first helicopter I got for the sim. That was before they were officially supported. Yeah, this thing is maneuverable as heck. But it also can get out of hand really quickly if you let it. Got a lot of helicopters sitting here now. Ugh. Alright, that wasn't great. Oh, whatever.